The reverse grid finale for the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup lines up like this. Michael Paymans and Sean Lawrence up front. Bramwell King and AJ Lauder off the second row. Back to row 3, Catherine Collins and Scott Harrison. Starting from the 4th row, we've got Mark Spring and Mike Turley. From the 5th row, it's Grant Ryan and Matt Gibson. Row 6 is Alan Dunkley alongside defending champ Cody McMaster. From the 7th row, it's Ben Dallas, and the first two race winners, William Bamber, go back to Craig Innes, Sam Robinson and Hamish Cross starting at the rear of the field. So 17 starters for the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup finale from Powerbuilt Tools Raceway at Ruapuna Park. Scott Harrison with a great start from the 3rd row. And they're going to go 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide on the run down to turn number 1. But all eyes are on the back of the field with the reverse grid start for the final race. Sean Lawrence here to the outside. Scott Harrison slotting into the 4th position in that distinctly coloured carpet 1 machine. Mark Spring up in the top 6. Good clean run through the first turn. Trying to pick up William Bamber and Hamish Cross. There is Bamber just in behind Alan Dunkley and Matt Gibson. Gibson with a big run down the outside through Pothole, and Bamber followed him through.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's all a bit of a jumble. We can't quite see what the... But Lawrence is looking like he's going to take the lead into the hairpin.
Down the inside of Michael Paymans at turn number 3. William Bamber just got hung out to dry there a little bit off the exit, ran a little bit wide, so they are fighting for position right through this field. It's Paymans now battling there with young Bramwell King in the New Zealand Trailers 81. He had some issues in the last race with some rear suspension damage, but they've got the car back and repaired and ready for the final race. 10 lap for the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup. Mark Spring in there with the headlights on. But it's Sean Lawrence, Bramwell King. Harrison should get the inside run to 3rd with Michael Paymans. Just looking halfway through the field, Cody McMaster with a big lunge up the inside. So really, Cody has struggled throughout the weekend with a couple of issues, but he's probably the best placed of the faster cars at the moment early on in this 10-lap race. Yeah, definitely, and it looks like he's made some really great inroads as Willie's trying to look up the inside. But yeah, he's made some really great progress over this first race and lap, and I think looks in good contention to get to the front. Bamber running there with Ben Dallas, and they are 1st and 3rd for the round. No signs of Hamish Cross yet. AJ Lauder, there is Cross. Further back through the field. Grant Ryan there in the 11 running that inside line down through to turn number 1. So a good clean opening lap, and I don't know that we expected that necessarily for the reverse grid start. No, I think we certainly expected a little bit more carnage from the reverse grid start, but you know, it's great to see that everyone's through cleanly and making some good passes, and the quick guys are coming through the field, and it's making great racing for us. And oh, Cody McMaster up on 2 wheels. He likes doing that this weekend. Yeah, he's certainly got the altitude record so far with the number 1 winger Suzuki. Grant Ryan, his teammate, just a couple of cars up ahead. All contact there at the hairpin, just ahead of McMaster. Mark Spring involved in the hamster, number 89. Yep, and now it's getting a big traffic jam in there as well, just coming out of the hairpin. We haven't seen that yet. There's a bit of debris on the track. Oh, it continues on. Michael Paymans is in there as well. Well, Michael Paymans has been in the wars. He's got one of the inner fenders hanging out of the wheel well over the top of the tyre. Now Cross has sustained some damage as well out of that, so just hearing the call on race radio. There's a drive-through penalty coming up, 22. Michael Paymans. He was right there in the middle of it. That was a fairly early call, bits of debris all over the racetrack. Dallas has copped a shot in there as well. Yeah, Dallas has certainly got damage, and he may have to pit with that damage. Well, that's going to be big for the championship as the leaders go through. Now, William Bamber's got a little bit of light damage to the left front as well. I think it just might be that inner guard. Scott Harrison there. Oh, Gibson
that's a
off
huge
through the
one.
infield. That's gone a long way on the grass, and thank goodness it's a lot drier today than it was on day 1. And that just looks like it snapped straight out of him. And he would have fair gone right across to the infield if it had been this race yesterday in the wet. Scott Harrison battling there with Bramwell King as Mark Spring pits. Well, it's all on. We said the first lap was relatively tame. but it's certainly come to life.
And how did this happen?
Oh, he's just gone in there so hot.
He was just completely sideways. I think he must have clipped the curb, and he was sideways before he even got to the exit, and it's just touched the dirt and lost it.
He's fired right through and just about come back on it, out on track on the infield.
That was a huge moment.
Absolutely huge. Sean Lawrence is...
Ryan going off track.
He's got the pressure from behind from Alan Dunkley, so it's Sean Lawrence with the race lead. Scott Harrison second. Oh, we've got another one going off in the background. It's all on here for the final of the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup from the Powerbuilt Tools Raceway.
It's fantastic to see.
Which part of the racetrack do you look at? It is all on, all over the place. Grant Ryan, Alan Dunkley chasing down the top three. There was some action going on behind them.
And we're only on lap 3.
Sean Lawrence is your race leader as we go to a replay. This is another moment.
Oh,
Craig Ennis.
Huge. Don't you love it how you can just keep on the gas and it straightens itself back up?
90 degrees sideways, and he gathered it back up. So Dunkley slipped ahead of Grant Ryan. So that'll be for 5th and 6th. Cody McMaster's been released, and he's chasing down the top 4. In fact, he's right in behind them now as Dunkley drops a wheel off the exit.
Here comes Bamber on Ryan.
Bamber trying hard under brakes, trying to gain time. Looking at the lap times, who's the fastest on track at the moment? A 44.9 for McMaster, 44.5 for William Bamber. So he's got 4 tenths.
He's got good pace in the car. It's just a matter of getting through the traffic. That's the main thing.
Any brotherly advice going into this race for William, obviously with the round win a possibility?
No, I just shook his hand before the race and said good luck, and I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I mean, he went from last to first at Pukekohe, so you can't give him much more advice, I don't think.
We're going to pass for the lead as Scott Harrison goes through into the front. And this, if he can hold on here, would be a great comeback after that huge rollover at Pukekohe. The team have reshelled the car during the ensuing weeks after Pukekohe. A lot of work's gone on, and this would be a good reward with a good result here. But Lawrence is coming back at him.
Oh, bit of contact.
Rubbings racing. Lawrence, that's a great move considering Sean has very little motor racing experience. We know his dad's Graham Lawrence, but he hasn't got a lot of motor racing experience. This is the side-by-side drag race down the front straight.
Yeah, all the way down the drag strip, and we've got Cody McMaster lurking in the background. What's he going to do, make it 3 wide?
Oh, I thought there for a moment he was going to try and sneak down the pair of them, but they're still side-by-side down into 1. McMaster's laying back there going, what's going to happen here? Which way do I go if it does end in tears?
And they're still side by side.
Harrison around the outside. That's a great move.
He just holds on to it.
McMaster up into 3rd. Bramwell King doing a very, very good job there. The 14-year-old, the Winter Series Formula 4 first champ. Very good young kart sport racer out of Palmerston North. He's got the attentions of Alan Dunkley just in behind him now. So the top 5 halfway through the final race for the Suzuki Swift Sport Cup. Scott Harrison, Sean Lawrence, Cody McMaster, Bramwell King and Alan Dunkley.